President Jimmy Carter in 1980 declared the week of March 8th as National Women's History Week. The weekly observance continued until 1987, when Congress designated March as Women's History Month. Throughout the month of March, we celebrate the contribution of strong women from the past and present. While it's important to celebrate women all year long, however, we set aside 1 month each year to celebrate the sacrifice made by women who have helped make our country a much better place. Not only is Women's History Month a time of reflection, but it's also a moment to recognize how the contributions, efforts, and bravery of past generations of women continue to pave the way for women today, and how the contributions, efforts, of bravery of today's women pay it forward and pave the way for the next generation. We here at Fathers Forever celebrate Women's History Month also. You know, many of you are tuning in during your lunch break, so let's chat and chew while you do. In today's episode of Chat and Chew, we celebrate Peggy Tatum, CEO of The Connection Place and publisher of TCP Magazine. But before we make that introduction, let's take care of a few housekeeping items.
Please make sure you follow us on Facebook, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course, hit the bell to activate notifications that will remind you when we're on. Please be sure to leave us a comment to let us know how we're doing. We'd love to hear from you.
Hello everyone, welcome to Fathers Forever University. My name is Glenn Warren and I will be your instructor. Fathers Forever University is a remote learning experience where we take our 12-week class and we meet here every Thursday night from 6 until 7, and we talk about fatherhood. We talk about domestic violence. We talk about where your child support money is going. We teach classes about fatherhood and how important it is to be in your child's life. So these 12 weeks is going to be very important for you guys to understand and the concept of fatherhood and what we're trying to teach you. Fathers Forever University is broken down into 12 weeks. And you can start at any time during those 12 weeks. The key to it is finishing those 12 weeks. Every lesson is in lecture format, where you listen to that lecture, and then on Thursday nights, we discuss that lecture. The Thursday night discussion is where your homework will be due. Part of your homework assignment every Thursday night is to, one, we'll ask you the question, what did you learn? And the second question, how am I going to apply what I learned? We also have specific assignments for each lesson in the notes below. This has been an introduction into Fathers Forever University. Now let's get started in lesson 1.
Peggy Tatum is CEO of The Connection Place, publisher of TCP Magazine, a gospel publication with a focus on music, ministry, and faith-based businesses. Peggy's passion is helping people accomplish their visions and dreams by connecting them with the right resources and encouraging them to reach their God-given potential. Over the past 19 years, Peggy has touched the national landscape of the gospel industry, promoting and advancing the careers of countless gospel artists, clergy members, and other industry professionals. Under her leadership, over 100 hometown heroes in various cities across North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Florida have been recognized and honored for the unselfish acts of humanity for their communities. In addition, 63 women of triumph have been honored and their stories told in TCP Magazine at the anniversary celebrations. Peggy is a visionary of TCP's Female Pastors Fellowship, composed of female pastors, ministry founders, and clergy who need mentoring. Other initiatives include TCP Mass Choir, FACES, 27610 events, and the Gut Patrol. The Gut Patrol is an initiative which started in 2021 in partnership with the Connection Place, the North Carolina Society of Gastroenterology, and Duke Cancer Institute to educate the African American community on colorectal cancer awareness and healthy eating. Through this project, a successful health fair was held during Colon Cancer Awareness Month, with more to follow. The Gut Patrol continues to educate the community through speaking engagements, partnerships, training, and online influencers. Peggy has accomplished incredible professional goals and received numerous awards, including Print Media of the Year on both the regional and national level. She was included in the 2015 class of Who's Who in Raleigh and Durham and was a 2017 finalist for the Kathy Hughes Business Lamplighter Award. In 2018, Peggy was honored as a living legend at the BBU Awards, and in 2019, TCP was recognized as a partner with the City of Raleigh Police Department for contributions to their Girls Leadership Camp. In 2021, she was honored as a living legend by ACHI Magazine, and 2022, recognized as a hidden figure by 3 separate entities during Women's History Month and 2 recognitions in 2023. In December 2022, Peggy was honored with the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. On March 3rd, the Gut Patrol was awarded a $6,000 grant to advance health equity through education and outreach in the Durham community. Peggy and her husband Ted attend New Providence Missionary Baptist Church in Fuquay Varina under the leadership of Dr. Nathaniel J. Wood, where both are in the music ministry. They have 3 adult children and 7 grandchildren. Peggy stands on the scripture, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans." Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3.
So now joining me in the studio is Miss Peggy Tatum. Glad that you could join us today.
I'm so glad to be. Oh, your hands feel good. Can I say that?
Yes. You know, we kind of go back a long way.
Mm-hmm.
You interviewed me several years ago about Father Forever, what we were doing in the community, and then this was way before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've been seeing each other on Facebook and doing different things. And when we started this our podcast, Chat True Podcast, about a year ago, we made it really official, named it over the last couple of months. And I wanted to interview, we interviewed Miss Betty a couple of weeks ago, our dear friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up the other morning, I said, God, I need somebody that I really want to interview. And you popped in my spirit. And I texted you right away, and you immediately came back and said yes. So I'm so glad, so honored that you decided to come and be a part of our podcast. March is Women's History Month, and we wanted to celebrate that this month, and honoring you and your accomplishments, the things you're doing in the community, and I am really, really honored to follow some of your works. And so now I'm just gonna, we're gonna start this interview, and I want to ask you this one question that I kind of ask with everybody. What is your why? What makes you get up every morning and do the thing that you do? And if you didn't get paid for it, you would still do it. What is your why?
My why is to make a better community.
Okay.
That's what it's all about for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only to make a better community for myself, but for my children and my children's children.
Wow.
So I just want to make a difference in this world. And I get a chance to do it too.
And enjoy doing it.
And I enjoy it.
And how long have you been doing this?
19 years.
Wow.
Next year will be 20 years, and we're going to celebrate, and you better be there.
I will be there. You just tell me where and when, I will be there.
Okay.
I am so honored to be, be part of this. And so tell me about your family. I know you have a husband and some. Tell me about your family. Tell me.
Yeah, I got a husband named Ted. He's my best friend. I talk about him all the time.
Okay.
I always bring his name up. We have 3 children and 7 grandchildren.
Wow.
3 grown children and 7 grandchildren. I come from Sampson County. You know where they are?
I know what it is. Not too
County.
Far from Johnson County.
Johnson
Where
County.
I came from.
So you and I know about country,
We
right?
know about country.
You know about
I tell people I'm from D.C., not from the District of Columbia, but from deep country.
Deep country. Every morning I get on my knees. I just thank the Lord for giving me another day and giving me another chance. But I also think about where I came from,
Yes.
and I'm just so blessed.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So what kind of profession your kids are in?
Well, let's see. My son and his wife, both of those are in media.
Okay.
As far as teaching, or my son does HBCU game day.
Wow.
So he keeps up with all the HBCU sports.
Okay.
Then I have another son and his wife. Both of those are in real estate.
Okay.
And then I have a daughter. It's just sort of like me. She's still here in Raleigh. Everybody else is gone.
Okay.
And she works for a company that helps with testing.
Okay. Wow. Wow. So you've been in media for a large part of your life, your adult life?
Well, I started off in corporate America in insurance. And
Okay.
I think I spent 17 years in insurance administration. Wow. And the companies just kept getting bought out and bought out.
Right.
So one day I asked the Lord to give me something to do, allow me to go home and be able to spend time with my children. And he did.
Wow.
And my husband said it was okay. He thought I was going to stay home for 6 months, and it's been 19 years later. I'm still at home and working, doing my own thing.
Right.
With the magazine.
Right. So we're going to get into some hometown heroes down in this. But who's some of your heroes? Women. This is celebrating Women Month. Tell me some of your heroes that inspired you to do what you do.
Okay. We'll start talking about heroes that other folks know.
Okay. Okay, exactly.
We'll start with those.
We'll start with those.
We could say like Harriet Tubman.
Yes.
She's got to be a hero.
She's got to be.
Anyone with as much courage as her.
Yes.
She should be everybody's
hero.
Every person's hero.
Yes.
And then I think of Coretta Scott King.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Just think about her being the wife of Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think as many people give her as much credit as they do.
Right.
And what she had to go through.
Yeah, all the stuff she had to do.
Yeah. And then when you're talking about close to home, our mamas are always going to be our heroes.
Yes.
Yes, especially those country mamas.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The ones that worked in the field.
Tell me about it.
Mm-hmm. What do you know about it? What can you tell me about your mom?
Peggy, my mom I tell everybody, my mom, she was bend, but she didn't break. My dad he was a man of the house, there's no question about it, and he would say things, and, she disagreed with him. Mm-hmm. She wouldn't, go back and forth with him, but you would know that there's a disagreement. And most of the time, she's going to win that disagreement. As a young man, when I was feeling myself, and I wasn't a bad kid, but sometimes I thought I would want to bear up at my dad and wanted to, he probably would kill me, as with my mom. Many times my mom rescued me from my daddy's wrath because I was trying to, be a bad guy that I wouldn't, I thought I had the thing that I needed to take care of my dad, and he probably would have beat the crap out of me. Mm-hmm. But one particular time I ran away from home to my sister's house, not knowing she was going to bring me back. But he found me running down the road in the middle of, I don't know how he found me. But went back to the house. I went inside. He went outside and came back with a tobacco stick. He was going to teach me a lesson that night. Mm-hmm. My mom stood in the front of the door and said, "You're not going to hit my boy with that stick. Mm-hmm. Put it down." And he put it down. And I'm looking out the window, and he went on back to work. But my mom was one of those women that, she was a stay-at-home mom. Mm-hmm. There was 7 of us. And she was a heavy-set woman. We had 3 meals a day. Morning, noon, and night. Mm-hmm. She helped us prepare, in the winter times, summertime we prepared the food for, the children in the house and all that stuff. My mom worked harder as a stay-at-home mom than anybody working a 40-hour job. Mm-hmm. And she was a godsend. Mm-hmm. And I'm so honored to be able to say I have a mom like that. Mm-hmm. But that's my hero.
I heard so much of that. You said your mom, you said she was heavy set. So, we call them big mamas, right?
Yes.
Big mamas. She cooked 3 meals a day.
Yes.
I can just picture her now.
Yeah.
How she took. Now, how many boys were there?
There were 4 boys and 3 girls.
4 boys.
There's 7 of us. I'm right there in the middle.
You do fathers forever.
Uh-huh.
And you were talking about your father. He was going to get a stick and he was going to whip you.
Yes.
Even if he did with that whip, he would have gotten in trouble.
Right.
So, but that wouldn't have hurt you at all. It would have made you better.
Exactly.
But now today, if somebody get a switch or a stick or a holler,
exactly. Yeah. You know what? The next thing you know, you're calling CPS and DPS and all those folks, and they're coming to try to take the kid away from you. Mm-hmm. And at the time, and my dad got me enough. I mean, I was a bad kid. I wasn't rebellious all the time, but there's sometimes that I didn't do what I was supposed to do, and he wanted to discipline me, and then I wanted to buck up, But anyway, he got me enough to let me know. My mom, she didn't beat us that much, but when you got beat by my dad, you got beat.
Whatever many boys, I beat y'all too.
Yes, yes. So it was good kids. My dad had to never come to get us anything, get any of us out of jail for anything. We was a good family, and which is I guess led me into Father Forever.
That's what I was thinking.
What we doing now, and it's amazing how our childhood now prepare us for what God is wanting to do in our lives. And everybody say, I want to walk in my purpose and my destiny. And a lot of times we walking in it already. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But we say our purpose is when I make this $1 million. What's happening when you get the $1 million? Mm-hmm. You gonna stop walking in your purpose then? But I walk in our purpose it's every day. It's the things that we do to help people's lives, right, to make better people's lives. So that's what I wanted to. So I've done a lot of talking, and I'm interviewing you. You interviewing me. Which one is it?
I flipped the switch.
You flipped the switch. She did it so subtly, guys. She just came in but tell us. I was reading some stuff about you. Tell me about what is Connection Place.
Okay, the Connection Place is a company I started 19 years ago. Now, when I was telling you the piece about, I asked my husband if I could leave my job, take care of the children. But what I was doing in the meantime, I had resources. I knew a bunch of stuff. Everybody else was working. It's not like now where there are a lot of entrepreneurs. But I was connecting people with whoever they needed. But it was a job. Mm-hmm. And finally, it turned into me writing for someone else. And then me starting my own company called The Connection Place. And the magazine that goes along with Connection Place is TCP Magazine. Mm-hmm. And when I started the company, I bought me a PT Cruiser. I keep these acronyms together.
Okay.
Stay with me now.
All right.
Bought me a PT Cruiser. The magazine was TCP. My name is Peggy Tatum, PCT. I went home one day. My neighbor said, "Oh, you like Oprah." He looked at my car. And I said, "What?" And then I realized all those acronyms went together. And then my family name. Got a son. His name begins with a T. My husband, his name begins with the T. A C, my son with the C. And then me with the P. And my daughter with the T. So I knew it was God-given because of all of that.
All those flowing together.
Mm-hmm, just flowing together.
Wow.
And so we always had bad news on the radio and television about our people. So it's my mandate to tell the good news in the African American community. And that's what TCP has been doing. Wow.
And you do some quality work. I mean, I've seen some of your magazines, and it's good quality. I mean, this is not a magazine that that you just look like. It looks like very professionally done. The Gut Patrol. What is that about? I'm really, really curious to find out about that.
Well, the Gut Patrol, that's TGP anyway.
Right. So there you go. Yeah.
It wasn't anything I was looking to do.
Okay.
The magazine, Music Ministry, Faith-Based Business. We do the print edition. We have things online. We promote events for people that have events. We're connected with the church. But there was an opportunity I'll make it short. I'll do the short version. Opportunity for someone to come speak to a group I have called the Female Pastors Fellowship.
Okay.
And Amanda Mandy was the one that was talking about colorectal cancer, how our Black men are not going to the doctor, taking care of themselves. And she just went on a rant one day. I invited her to one of our meetings, and she brought some doctors from Duke with her. And they thought that we would be good candidates for community partners to tell the African American community about colorectal cancer awareness, because the numbers were so high. But of course, all the cancer, every number is high in the African American community.
Yes.
Because of the disparities.
Right.
So we ended up getting a grant from the NC Society of Gastroenterology to educate the community. And so we last year spent quite a bit of time just doing that. We did a health fair, and we set up a Facebook page. We have influencers on that Facebook page. We're talking about healthy eating right, getting your colonoscopy, and also giving resources. If you ain't got no money, we're going to connect you with someone that can help you. If you don't understand the system, how to walk through it, we can recommend you someone that you can call, and they can help you. navigate the whole system. If you're doing good and you want to be an ambassador, we can connect you with somebody else. It's the connection place.
Wow.
That's what we do.
Wow. That's amazing. Last night I was at a meeting with 100 black men, and we was talking about different things. And we had a doctor there. We had the mental health professionals, and we was talking about, the state of African American men, how we don't take care of ourselves. We are the last one that go to the doctor, and why that is. And one of the guys, because number one is the lack of trust.
Right.
And there's not enough black doctors out there that look like us that we want to go to, and sometimes we have doubts about the other doctors, and by nature we don't go to the doctor until stuff stops working, and then we'll be the first one to go to the doctor if stuff ain't working.
Right.
But by and large we don't go to. So how can you help change that? How do you see educating men to the point, women for that matter as well, but men, because we deal with men. Mm-hmm. That's what we're called to, is to work with men. How can you help us to help men? What would you suggest that we do to help men get to this point where it's okay to go to the doctor?
Okay. I won't have the all answer, but I can give just some answers.
Okay.
What we do and what we did at the health fair, sort of dangle a carrot.
Okay.
Made it attractive. We can get them into the door, and we can get information in their hands. Mm-hmm. And so when we did the health fair, we had a get up and move segment where we had 3 different people to have folks to get up and move. And if we can start a conversation, just prick their brains with a conversation, or some of the testimonials that were told at our health fair.
Wow. Okay.
To make them listen, because if they don't, get checked out and get it done early, think about the family that they're going to leave behind. So if you have a testimonial up there, someone talking about a family member, what they went through, and giving the symptoms, and we also connected with the black doctors, the male doctors over at Duke, that they can talk to, and we have webinars that they can go to, and they don't have to show their face; they can just listen.
Wow!
But dangle that carrot. We gave away free food.
That's always gonna be. That's always the door.
Yeah. We had someone doing demonstrations, cooking demonstrations.
Wow!
Just dangling that carrot. Yeah.
And because again, by and large, we don't. Especially me, I don't like to go to the doctor until then I got to go. And if I'm feeling pain, I'm going to go right away. But just to go get a regular checkup, and most of the time, by the time the symptoms get there, it's maybe too far gone. Mm-hmm. We need to go on a regular basis. I remember the first time I went to get a colonoscopy, I was freaked out. I was scared. It wasn't painful at all, but the fear that I had.
And the prep.
That whole thing.
Uh-huh. But come on now. How about that sleep?
Yeah, that sleep was fine.
The sleep was good. Man, come on, that sleep was good.
My experience was, I don't want to be gross, but I'm laying there and I'm seeing this doctor walk behind me. Mm-hmm. I'm laying on the gurney. He walked behind me. I'm still awake. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, I know you're about to do something behind me, and I'm still awake. I'm awake. And I watch this guy pull up my guy, and that's all I can remember. Mm-hmm. Next thing I remember, they was rolling me out. Mm-hmm. Because that second, I got so freaked out. Like, I'm still awake, y'all. I'm still awake. But it's the fear of those things. And so we have to really, we want to talk to more African American men about doing those things and taking care of themselves, our diet. Mm-hmm. So mental health wise, what do you see the African American communities, mental health wise, dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety, especially post-COVID or while we were in COVID? Have you seen the escalation in your experience of men and women, for that matter, struggling with depression and those kind of things?
During Mental Health Awareness Month, we always bring someone in to talk about mental health. And I remember one of the things I told them, that I think all of us are a little touched. Mm-hmm. Even though we think we might be okay, we all have issues.
Yes.
Yes, during the pandemic, it just messed everybody
Right.
up.
Yeah.
And in the religious realm, we always talk about pray about it.
Right.
Pray. And prayer is good,
Right.
but we also need to get help from counselors and people doctors that can really help.
Right.
The last time a few weeks ago, I tried to contact a doctor to see if they could come talk to a group of people who were dealing with the death. She said, "I'm sorry, I have no room. I have no space. I'm booked." She referred me to the association, see if you can't find some doctors from this list.
Mm-hmm.
So, from that, we know it's a problem because people can't get help.
Right.
That need help.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in a serious situation because everybody's on the edge about something.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say everybody, that's about it.
That's about it. Everybody
is on the edge, and it's going to take something, a God intervention.
Yes, and us caring for one another.
Mm-hmm.
Betty Richardson, as Miss Betty has started a village of care. We talked about it in our segment a couple of weeks ago, and she was saying the cavalry is not coming.
Mm-hmm.
We are the cavalry. We are the one that's got to come and fix us,
Mm-hmm.
because we can't, like you said, everybody, all the professional therapists and all of those they're booked up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they are weeks and weeks and weeks away from an appointment. But when you're in crisis and you got your loved one in crisis and they're grieving, and we have to be able to find ways to help them get out of that crisis that we're in. And so, we primarily deal with fathers, and that's our niche. That's what we've been asked several times to do a mother component, and I'm still struggling with that, and I eventually maybe want to do that. One of the clients asked me today kind of about that. It was a client asked me that. And so, but dealing with men is a handful. I got my hands are full. We have to figure out a way to help prop the man up, to help stop, help him. Because a lot of these kids out here now are struggling from fatherlessness.
Mm-hmm.
When you see these kids running down the street with sagging pants and no kind of sense of direction, there's a good chance that there's a father's not involved in that. And so we've been trying to figure out a way that we can get the community in to help everybody kind of pitch into this and help fix this problem that we have. Fatherhood is one of the major things that we deal with. Well, we have put together a curriculum called The Joy and Responsibility of Fatherhood. We put that in a book. It's called I Am a Father Forever. And now we came up with Dads at a Distance, which is our initiative of getting that curriculum into the hands of incarcerated fathers. In your wisdom in dealing with marketing and dealing with advertising, give us some advice on how to do that.
Look, my mind was just going crazy. I had all kinds of ideas, but I'm not going to give you the ideas while we're interviewing.
Right, okay.
Because they don't need to know.
They don't need to know that.
They don't need to know. I got all kinds of stuff I can tell you.
Okay. I have one more question that I really wanted to kind of get your opinion on. When it comes down to, we live in a society where we believe God for a lot of things, and we have to.
Mm-hmm.
Where does faith and works collide?
Start with faith without works is dead. You know that. Everybody knows that scripture. They can quote it.
Right.
Some folks just sitting waiting on the Lord to just do everything for them without doing anything. But we got the faith-based community, and you got society, and the church has got to come outside the four walls to help folks like you. So one of the things I was writing down there was the prison ministry inside the churches working with you. I don't know if you're already working with them.
We're not.
Or not.
We're not, but we want to. We haven't tapped into that yet.
Yeah, so that would be a great resource, because one of the things that the church is doing, or some of the churches, I can't say all of them, they go to the prisons and, they talk to them, they try to bring, put Jesus in them, but there are other things that they can do, especially through you.
Yes, and that's why, we've had some prisoners that says, we don't want no Bible study. We got no Bible study. We want you to come and talk to them about fatherhood. And we get calls every week about, we got one call today, Alamance County in Burlington, want us to come down there now and teach a class we teach in class in Wake County Detention Center ourselves. And we have a Zoom class now that we're trying to get a self-study class that we're trying to get in. But that is one thing we're gonna do is, it's preaching to people is good. We got to preach to them, but we also got to give them some other practical things they need to do. While we talk about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, we can talk about paying the child support, or being, stop beating your wife up. Or one of the things that we talk about a lot is walking in forgiveness.
Yes, sir.
Forgiveness is a choice.
Yeah.
But guess what? So is unforgiveness.
Right.
Both of them are choices. And so in your line of work, I'm sure you see a lot of people in and out, the bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I see it all.
You see it all. So how do you pursue and keep doing this work, especially sometimes when people misunderstand you, misrepresent you, misuse you? How do you keep going?
Well, I don't wear it on my shoulders. Someone asked me the other day about someone talking about me or dislike for me or something, and I said that's their right.
That's their right.
That's their right. And, I just keep going. I just keep going. I wanted to go back to something you were saying and let you know, and you probably already know it, that you work with some of the most powerful, smart men on this earth. That's Black men.
Yes.
Most talented.
Yes.
And you're in such an awesome position to make a difference in this world, and you are making a difference. And I just want to say that anything that I can do to help you, I'll do it. And you don't even have to ask. As long as I know what you're doing, Yes. I just do that connection.
Yes, and I really enjoyed this time that we have. And y'all, please check out, I don't know if you can see this or not, but the magazine that's coming out.
That's when we did last year. We started with the Gut Patrol.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we're working on another one. And I didn't tell you, we got another grant to do another health fair. But this time we got to go to Durham. And we got to do it in specific zip codes.
Zip code, yeah.
So we'll be doing that in August.
Yes.
In Durham. But I want to come back and do another one in Raleigh and do it bigger and better.
Yes. So tell them how people can get up with you and if they need to contact you, and what is your contact information? You can just look right at that screen there. We big time now. So why don't that teleprompter? Leave it to
Okay, let's right here. Make my appeal. Hello, everybody. Listen, my name is Peggy Tatum. If you'd like to reach out to me, you can call me on my cell if you like, 919-796-4724. And I get a lot of scam calls, so you can just leave me a message, and you can text me, and I'll get back with you. But you can also find me on social media, TCP Magazine, or Peggy Tatum, or the Gut Patrol, or Hometown Heroes. Any of those names, you can find a group on Facebook, and you'll come back to me, or either on Instagram. We're working on a new website, so we look forward to releasing that soon. So thank you for tuning in, and thank you for having me.
Great. Thank you, Miss Peggy, for coming. It was a pleasure, and I'm sure we're going to be doing this again. And whatever event you have, I know you say you're celebrating your 20th anniversary, whatever that is.
Next year.
Let me know. I will be there with bells and whistles. Here's 3 ways you can support our Dads at a Distance initiative. Give a copy to a family member, a friend. Donate monthly, a book monthly, 5 books monthly, how many books you want to do monthly donation. Reverse book signing, your church, your business. You can make a donation go to our website at www.afatherforever.com and go to our PayPal at Fathers Forever. Our Cash App is $Fathers Forever. Make your donation today. Please include in the note section, include DAAD. Again, include in the note section DAAD. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast today. I really enjoyed it. As you can see, Miss Peggy is good at this. I was supposed to be interviewing her, but she ended up interviewing me and flipped the script a couple of times and asking me questions, which I'm okay with it, because she's a master at this. But I am really glad to be connected with Peggy and her work that she's doing with her magazine. I particularly love the Gut Patrol, the work that they're doing in the community about diseases that's taken out so many of our brothers and sisters. And I really, really enjoy her presence, and she's doing excellent work. So this is Dr. Glenn Warren. Thank you guys for joining us on Chat and Chew, and we'll see you next time.
If you or someone you know would like to be a part of the show, please visit our website at www.afatherforever.com or call us at 919-779-9905. The Chat and Chew podcast streams Thursdays at 12 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook. To schedule a reverse book signing or to find out more information about how you can become a part of the programs you heard us mention today, please be sure to stop by our website as well.